Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, help me choose a half wig. Well, technically you can't help me choose a half wig, but I'm going through 5 different Outre half wigs right now on camera for an event that I have to go to in about 2 hours, hour 30 actually. I need to leave in an hour 30 for said event. But first, let me say, hey, welcome to the channel today. It's your girl Leah back again with another video. I'm usually not this frantic, but today's a very big day. Today is a very big day for me in real time as I'm filming this. You're watching this weeks later. It has passed. Hopefully everything went well, but I'm meeting family today. What's happening is I'm meeting my boo's family. He's meeting my family, and I want everything to go right. You know, I'm sitting over here. I have the gift. I'm meeting family. There's a graduation party that's happening, and bringing a gift to meet the graduate, but also meet the graduate and the entirety of a family. And I was like, well, since we're doing this, we can knock all 2 birds with 1 stone. You meet my family, I meet your family. We get this done in one fell swoop. Now, makeup. Always going to be on point. Clothing, okay? Always going to be on point. Hair, typically always on point. But, been hiding a secret from you guys for a little bit. I cut some of my hair again. Doing a takedown, I did cut some of my hair once again. This ain't the first time. It ain't the 3rd time, probably. But promise to God, it got to be the last time. Because I cut a significant amount of my hair this time during a takedown. It was when I had that body wave hair in. I don't know what happened. I don't want to discuss it. It's a lot. My hairstylist, I hadn't had a silk press since then, but I was like, let me do a silk press for this. This is a big occasion. I could do crochet, but I put in hair and I don't know how it's going to go. I need something predictable. I need to know how it's going to go with my silk press. I know how that's going to go. I don't know how wash and go is going to go. I don't know how a random crochet hair that I choose all of a sudden is going to go. I know how my own hair is going to go, but I don't know how my own hair is going to go now that I've cut a chunk. I knew I cut a chunk. My stylist who did my silk press said, girl, yeah, it looks good. I'm able to blend it. I'm able to lay it down, but that piece, let humidity hit. Today's highs in the 88s, okay? Humidity hit, I'm screwed. So I said, we love a good half wig. I put a half wig on, things might go a little bit better for me. So that's what I'm doing today. Today I have 5 half wigs. This video is not sponsored either. I bought all of these half wigs with my own money. Again, I had short notice. I just got this silk press. These wigs are from Elevate Styles and Amazon. So I could get a combination of both. I only got half wigs that I could get Prime 2-day and that were same day on Elevate Styles. So that's where these wigs came from. Not sponsored, bought with my own money for today. I feel good. I talk to people every day as part of my job. I'm a recruiter, campus recruiter. I talk to people, good people, crazy people, outlandish people. People talking is my jam. But I think the stakes are a little bit higher because most people I talk to, if they're not a fit, bye. Today's wig, I'm going to go one by one, and I'm going to choose in the next 90 minutes which one I'm walking out of the door with. I'm glad I'm already dressed, made up. Everything's going good. We're going to go one by one with each unit. All units today are in the color DR2 or DR. Sometimes Outre leaves out that 2. So DR chocolate swirl. So any questions about color, that's the color that matches my hair. I do have leave out. I recently dyed my hair too. My hair color, you guys know they discontinued my hair color. Hair are all textures and tones. My hair color, if you want the box dye, I started using Dark and Lovely chocolate. Put it on screen. Why don't I just put it, instead of trying to remember things, again, my brain is chaotic right now, putting it on screen. That's what I dyed. I used 2 boxes of that to dye my leave out. It blended well in my opinion, so I think that's my new go-to. But without further ado, we're going to rock and roll and we're going to get into it. Sorry if the lighting changes too. I'm doing this early in the morning, but I have a wig grip. I'm going to use this today just because my hair is not braided down. I don't want the wig sliding too. Again, I'm very intentional about putting this wig on my head. I'm not doing it for just a video today. I'm doing it for real life, and so I need this wig grip. So I'm going to put a cap on. Then I'm going to put the wig grip on to hold this thing down, leaving out just a little bit of my perimeter and then we're going to get started. So, hair parted, wig grip. I have had this wig grip forever. I just have never used it. Bad on me. I should be using a wig grip all the time. I've got this from Amazon. I'll link it down below. First unit up. We're getting into this thing. It's Outre's Nisha H305 in the color DR2 Chocolate Swirl. Now, you guys know I love the, I need to be multitasking. I need to be pulling it out and talking. You guys know I love H304. I love H304. I would have bought H304. However, didn't have a chocolate swirl that could get here in time, so unfortunately. Now, as far as the cap construction, ooh, look, I love the color. I mean, I know it's my color, but I looks so good. Looks so good. The color, again, we have her. This is what she looks like on the model. This is DR2 Chocolate Swirl, and it is 18 inches. I think appropriate length. Not too long. It's not the drama of the H304, which I love the length on the H304. Feels good, feels soft, cap construction. You guys know they got the new lace flat technology, so it's supposed to be much flatter than in the past. You know the issue with half wigs in the past is the bulkiness. I can definitely say it feels less bulky. There's a ways to go, though. I think we can get even flatter. I think we can lower that flatness a little bit. But let me adjust the straps. It does have the comb in the back, so one comb in the back, two combs in the front right here on the sides, and then you have the little straps that you can make tighter. I do have a smaller head, and then just slap this bad boy on, tucking it here and then tucking it in the front under the wig grip. So first up we have Nisha H305. Beautiful. I put this on. I was like, all right, video over. I think this is the look. Like, I think this is me. Like, it's me, but elevated. I feel like that's what I want to give is like who I am. I feel like it's just like I put tracks in my hair. Like, that's all I feel. Like, I feel like it's me. It doesn't look too different than who I am. It's giving what I need. Cap construction feels fine. I know I said earlier it's a hot day. That's the only thing about having a wig cap on and this, but I'm liking it. All I think are going to feel the same in terms of breathability. I feel like why don't I use a wig grip more? Because I don't feel the combs as much as I do when I don't have it on. And plus the tension is just so much better for your hair, especially as you're getting older. But in terms of this hair, I feel like me, but better. Elevated, but better. 18 inches, beautiful cap construction. But we will move on next to our girl Poppy. I saw this one on TikTok. I saw Poppy on TikTok. I think Poppy's gonna give a little bit, well, we'll see. Poppy's a little bit shorter, a little bit more 60s vibes. It's gonna be a pop of light, I'm sure. Let's get into Poppy next. Okay, next unit. We got Poppy. We got our girl Poppy. Again, I saw a TikTok that made me like Poppy. I'm on half wig talk, of course, because I engaged with that content. I think I reposted Brittany's video too. So now my algorithm believes I'm looking for a half wig. And the algorithm is correct. I was looking for a half wig. This is a DR. It's one of those ones that does not have the two. So a DR chocolate swirl. I don't know whether they forgetting to put the two or what. Like, what makes this different than this? Maybe I'm going to figure it out. Oh, well, look. Well, this does look like more vibrant a little bit. Is it just me? DR chocolate swirl, DR2 chocolate swirl. You would think just the difference being maybe when I see it outside, I'm really thoroughly confused. But if anything, this looks like it has more of a darker root, doesn't it? Again, this is the one I just had on. This is the Nisha H305. Like, maybe, like this, it has a dark, DR stands for dark root. I mean, the root is just barely darker than the rest, where this one, I feel like that's a darker. That looks much more darker. So DR chocolate swirl, DR2 chocolate swirl. But you would think the DR2 means that the color 2 darker. Like, why is it this one DR2 and that one just dark root? Look, if I could work in the factory, I need to be Outre. If y'all need a board member to consult with, because child, if I'm confused, somebody, if you know down below more what makes this a DR, that what I just had on a DR2. please let me know, man. But same cap construction again, 2 combs, 1 comb in the back. Sorry if I'm getting even more frantic. I'm down to an hour at this point before I choose. I think I'm going to title this video, help me get ready for a date or something. I don't know. Like, how should I title this? Because Meet the Parents is such a long title, right? Like, that's such a long, it's a long drawn out title. Help me choose a wig to meet the parents. That's a lot. This date night, help me choose a date night wig. So I'm going to plop it on. Ooh, stick it in the back. Pull it up to the front, tuck, tuck, tuck. All I'm doing too when I like adjust it in the mirror is like I pull it and I put my edges down. I might pull out some of the hair that got tucked away. Okay, so this is Poppy, again, 14 inches, DR chocolate swirl. The difference I can see now me, 5 minutes ago, me was like, what's the difference? That root is much darker than the DR2 chocolate swirl. This root is much darker, which is fine if I hadn't just colored my hair. So I just colored my hair, 2 weeks ago, did a wash and go that week. And then I did a silk press because I'm not paying nobody to color my hair now. I color it at home. I might not will flat iron my hair at home, but I will color some hair. If I had it before I dyed it, back of perfect. Because it's a fresh, this ain't even a 14-day in color. I don't have enough dark root to match this, but I think I do like this unit. I don't know if this will be it. I think I'm still leaning towards Nisha. This feels much silkier, but not in a bad way. Like that feels more yucky. Nisha H305. This feels much more silky straight, which is my hair will blend. My hair will totally blend. If I had an older silk press, would need to put a little bit more heat to my own hair to match because this is very silky. It's something that I know will probably with time outgrow and the hair will look perfectly fine and perfectly less shiny or silky. It's not shiny. I think it's more silky as time goes on. But first day, like, I don't think this is the Meet the Parents unit. I think it's, again, adorable outdoors, though. I can see this is it's at a park. This Meet the Family thing is at a park outdoors. I think it's more noticeable. I think if it was a darker room, this was an actual date night where we were going somewhere darker, it wouldn't be too noticeable. But this to me and my eye, I'm just like, the root is so dark. And then it flows really well into that 30, but then it's dark at the root. So that's the only reason I think Poppy is cute, though. I think Poppy is a very adorable, like, good, hi, I'm Miss America. Like, I think this is a great, cute unit. Not the one for today. Not the one for today, unfortunately. Now, let's move on to what I'm trying to get into next. Let's get into Winslow. Mother Winslow. Is a family matters, okay? We getting to meet some family. We getting to family matter. We gonna meet the Winslows. And we're gonna get into Winslow DR2 chocolate. So we're getting back into the DR2. So we're getting back to what I was just in with Nisha. Let's see how Miss Winslow is giving. So we got Mother Winslow here. Mother Miss Winslow. She is 24 inches. She's in the color DR2. Again, the 2 is important now. I'm figuring it out. The DR2 chocolate swirl, 24 inches. She has a little bit, if you can see on the model here, the longest of the looks. However, she has a little bit more wave to her. Outre calls their Outre or Outre, whatever you want to call them. Again, we didn't just learn that they be calling themselves something different. Now that they done put out short form content and you hear them say their own name, it's like, oops. It's like people who call me Talia before meeting me, and then they realize it was Talia the whole time. They'd be like, "Well, hold on, wait, I was just reading it on paper." That's why I don't give people, flack if they just reading it. Now, if they continue to call me Talia, post 2 times of me telling them it's Talia, then we got a problem. But Outre done started, whole time we just reading, going to the store, saying Outre, and now they trying to tell us it's Outre. Okay, sis, whatever you want to call yourselves, but sometimes I still catch myself calling it Outre. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, okay? Construction, same as all. Comb. Little 2 combs. Let's see the roots again. More. Again, these look darker than the other ones too, but also this Nisha has texture. The Nisha line is known for their texture. Like it feels textured. It feels more like our hair. If you notice, if you could already notice if I put them two side by side, more natural, more shiny, more reminiscent of a Poppy. I mean, they're all synthetic. Like, again, every one of these units under $25, okay? All synthetic. I ain't even spend $100, maybe I spent a little over $100 on all 5 of these altogether. These are synthetic units. If the price wasn't clear, it ain't human, okay? And I like them too. That's why I like Nisha H304. I still got H304. Let me adjust. Let me tuck it first. I just threw it on. I didn't really put the combs in the front in the right place. So Winslow, not bad. I don't hate Winslow. I think I do like Poppy more than Winslow. Not a bad wig. It just feels like it could use like time. Time is, I think, going to be the main factor, the thing that makes Poppy and Winslow just pop more is time. Time with wear. It's just too out of the pack, too silky feeling for me to just feel like good about it right now. But beautiful unit. I have 20 more minutes. Technically, I gave myself a grace period. I have more time, but let me just stop rambling and go into what should I do next? Next one, let's choose a little different. They started a new thing called Flow. Outre started the Flow hair half wigs. The Flow hair half wigs. This is 22 inches. Its name is just the Flow 3. Like it doesn't have a Winslow, Meadow, Hazel, Kimmy name. It's just called Flow 3. What makes the Flow wigs? Well, let me take her off. Look crazy for a minute with the cap off, and then bring you guys what Flow got going on because this is an interesting concept. So now we got your girl Flow. I mean, it's Flow 3. They got a Flow 4, 5, I think, or 1. What makes the Flows different? Let me take out the box. From what I can tell, I have not tried a Flow. But what makes it different is it's supposed to be cool, more breathable. So it's a cool wear tech. So if you see at the bottom, it says cool wear tech. Technology is technology. This is the new wig cap. Lays flat, requires less leave out. DR chocolate swirl. So this is a DR. The feel I'm realizing is very important. Silky, more silky. So only of the 4 that I've tried, the one that's not silky is the one I'm leaning towards. What I've realized is though, when it's silky, this is Poppy. I think it's even more shiny than Poppy. Like when I brought up Poppy, I was like, Poppy's a little silkier too. So it's like this one, Yaki. Poppy, little more. And I love the layers in Poppy. I should have talked about this more, but I like the layers in Poppy. It made me feel good about having. That didn't make me feel good. I'm still mad that I cut some of my hair, but definitely love the layering because it made me feel like, oh well, there's some short strands in Poppy throughout too. Poppy's a naturally layered girl. She got a little bit of layerage going on like here. Because that's what my hair gonna be for a while. It's gonna have that little bit of layerage going on. So that's why Poppy's number 2. It has some good layers in this one too. Like Flow 3 has some good layering going on. I think that's what's I love and what appeals to me about this is the natural layers. So Flow has the same cap construction that I see everywhere else. 2 combs in the front, 1 comb in the back, adjustable straps. Gonna make it a little bit tighter, of course. Going to adjust this, put this on. I could already know though that the roots being so dark, when I put this root thing on, you see how dark those roots are in comparison to my hair? Yeah, this ain't gonna work. But let me comb it back and see and play and see what happens. So this is Flow 3. Flow 3, I like it. I think it's cute. Again, just going to be the same issue with some of the other ones, the darker root. Hindsight, maybe should have waited to dye my hair, but also it works perfectly for the wig I'm going to choose. You guys know what wig I'm choosing, but I'll wait. I'll talk about Flow first. Flow 3, definitely something that I feel that's different is you can tell the cap is a lot different. Like the cap, and I'm going to take this off and then you'll see an inserted shot later. The cap is thin. The cap is thin. Like I touched my head and I was like, whoop, like what's going on here? The cap is barely there, honey. What cap? What? No cap almost. It is a different vibe, which I think it's great if you want breathability. I mean, I think we all want breathability though, so it's great in that regard. Overall, though, super silky. Another thing about it is that I think it's one of those with time. I think most of these are with time. Right now, I think all are just in their silky era right now. She's 22 inches, so she is a cute 22-inch. I think very adorable. But Flow 3, great cap construction, feels very breathable, darker root, very shiny, shedding what you would think with a lighter wig, like with no, because I'm wondering with how light the cap is, like would there be more shedding? I think it's just and not shedding a ton because I'm like, what is the hair glued to? If not, I thought the cap, also all the perimeter of the cap was because you need something to attach the hair to. That's why we've been having heavy caps. If you could have always had a no or a low cap availability, why weren't we doing that before? Wouldn't you guys have wanted to use less materials? But let's go into which wig I'm choosing, which should be no surprise, but let's get the anticipation going. So which unit is it of the 4? And you're probably like, girl, didn't you say at the top of the video, I don't know if I gave a number, but then you said at the top of the video it was going to be 5 units. You bought 5 units? And did Meadow, she was she has a curl to her, and I knew I was going to go with Nisha H305. I knew, so I was like, save this because this isn't my last half week video. You've seen many on this channel. Save this until when I get Poppy too. Let's do, this was all kind of straight with a little bit of body. Let's do a whole separate one when it's curly, because we're curls for the summer. One, this was all just straight with a little bit of body, just in different ways, in different feels, in different textures, in different cap construction with the random flow up in here. Let's save Meadow, and I'm also running behind on time. Meadow will get tried again in the future. I did also put on Nisha H304 for a minute so you guys can see, because I said 5 in the intro. Let's show you Nisha again. And Nisha H304, which I think I originally bought 3 or 2 years ago, either 2024 or 2023. That's the same unit. She getting a little older. I could tell on that left side, it's getting a little older. It's so sad seeing some of your favorite units age, but the fact that it's lasted years when it was a $20-something unit and it's synthetic hair shows the proof to you. I was ready to upgrade and get a new Nisha. Old Nisha's almost, it's time for her retirement, but she gonna hang on until I get that new Nisha, and we gonna have to part ways with that old Nisha. But Nisha H305, again, the event is happening in circa less than an hour. I have to go. So this is how she looks. This is how she's going to look. If I'm gonna rank them, we got Nisha H305 was gonna be number 1. Poppy was number 2 in my opinion. Oh, Flow 3 and Winslow. I think I'm going to go Flow 3 just for the cap construction, how unique that was. It felt very breathable. I want to see that out. I want to try that out, give it some time. It was 22 inches. And then Winslow, I think Winslow's just at the bottom just because I think I have better. Winslow isn't bad. I just have better. All of these, I'm so glad I can play around with. This isn't the last time. I'm excited to see how Winslow, like, after time can grow, and all of these. That's the thing about my channel. You'll know at the end of the year I'll do a ranking because my opinions change so much. This has been today's video. If you are like, date night, girl, where have I been? Where have you been? Because I get that question all the time. Like, I post on my Instagram stories, like maybe once a week, every day, date night, Saturday. I'm there. So if you follow me there, this ain't new to you. If you follow this channel, I've said it several times, boo thing. We 6 months in as you watching this, meeting parents, as things are progressing, things are happening. So if you're like, where have I been? I missed some chapters. You missed chapters because you wanted to miss chapters. You yourself missed chapters because the book was there. Okay. The catalog was present. You just skipped around in some videos. That's on you. But if you subscribed and you tuned in, you can see everything. You won't miss any more chapters. No more chapters missed. You'll be caught up. And especially if you have that notification bell on, super caught up. Super in the know. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Again, like I said, the stories is where you catch most of the tea. If your eyes are on that story, you're mostly locked in. And then TikTok too. Shenanigans, they happen everywhere. You miss chapters because you wanted to miss chapters, and that's fine. But now you can be caught up. Wish me luck. As you're watching this, already happened. Hopefully, all went well. If not, I probably wouldn't have posted this video. This video probably would have never seen the light of day if it doesn't go well, because future me has the option to hit it and do all of that good stuff. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next. Have a good one. Bye.